Ricochet, L Kicks, we in the building. Worldwide Entertainment TV.com with us. Let go.
This is Worldwide Entertainment TV.com's official Toronto rappers and hip-hop documentary series.
The legendary hip-hop member of the Wu-Tang Clan opened up an office in Toronto over a decade ago. He would make waves in the city when he would sign one of their own artists in J.D. to his Ice H2O imprint. At the time, Raekwon stated, "We heard he was a cat that had been on the scene for a long time. This was even before I knew that he knew the Drake guys," Raekwon tells Billboard.com in 2011. "I automatically say, 'Let me hear something,' and I was blown away."
How did you actually get introduced to Ray?
I met Ray through a business partner of his in Toronto that he had, and his business partner was kind of just floating around like, "Yo, Ray needs, he's looking for an artist." And then Ray flew me out to Winnipeg. I met him there, and it just kind of like we clicked,
According to Canada Land, Ice H2O received a total of $11,126 under Factor's juried sound recording category. In other words, the money was intended to be used for new audio recordings from the Toronto-based J.D. Through his management, J.D. told Canada Land that the recordings never happened. He claims he made no recordings with the money and was not compensated from the label. Raekwon and J.D.'s relationship has since been strained. J.D. soon followed that statement up with the arrival of his Bars Vol 1 mixtape. A representative from Factor explained to Exclaim that grants are only available to Canadian-owned record labels. In other words, at least 51% of Ice H2O is owned by a Canadian or group of Canadians. Further, Factor explained that organizations that don't deliver their funded album go into default, and they demand that funds are returned. J.D. expressed concern that the cosign was a double-edged sword, and that although he put in a lot of work, he didn't feel like it hit where it needed to hit. In a cypher series for King of the Dot, J.D. let out his frustrations stating, "Don't ask about no Raekwon homie. The past is the past, went from legendary to just money hungry for cash. I hope Donald Trump wins and he deports that ass, and between me and you that last album was trash." J.D. would continue to make new music and perform for Canadian audiences after splitting with Raekwon. Worldwide Entertainment TV interviewed the hip-hop artist at TDotFest in 2019.
Worldwide TV, man, big up yourself, man, straight from the original Don Dada. Yeah.
Y'all got me counting this bread. Guess I'm back from the dead.
What up, WWE TV? This is Century Sam, and I'm here with JD Era. Juno nominated. You already know where he is everywhere, and hey, he's back from the dead.
Hey.
Oh, so, sir, talking about back from the dead.
Yeah.
What made you do that track? Because honestly, that stuff bumps in my head all day. Because I'm back from the dead. And then you have Louis Rankin in the beginning, like, yo, he straight up looks real evil.
Yeah, he's got that look,
I'm telling you, he's always had that look. He's the original Don Dada, but Don Dadas are terrifying, can't lie. But what's going on? What made you do that? Where'd that idea come from?
So like I haven't put out music in like 4 or 5 years, so
this is kind of the first album back that I put out something. It's a new record label, new everything, just new energy, you know. So for me, it's just a new vibes. I had to bring my uncle Louis on the record. You know, Louis he had that energy. It was crazy. It was perfect timing around the whole Raptures and you know what I'm saying. That's winning the championship, you know. So the video's out now. People are showing love to the video. It just came out last week, so starting to move, man. Check it out. JD Era back from the dead.
I was definitely having that on my stories, you know.
That's what's up. That's
you know, I was like, this is disgusting. I can't lie, because you've always brought it. Like, you've always brought it. Even though you haven't been around for 5 years, like, you still maintain a presence in the game. Your music is still bumped. People still admire you and mention you and bring you up and stuff like that. Like, how does it feel, and how do you maintain that? How do you keep up the mental and also the business side of everything?
I mean, for me, it's just like, this is more about having a love for the music, you know. At the end of the day, like, I started in this thing kind of doing the freestyle scene and grew to like a recording artist, you know what I mean? So me, I've just always had a passion for music and a passion for words and recording, you know? And like for me, I think the most fun thing would be being on stage. So coming to events like TDotFest is just dope, you know? Big ups to Sasha, big ups to Eb, you know what I mean? Straight up, big ups to Eb every year, you know what I mean? Putting his money where his mouth is and his time and effort, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Definitely huge for the scene, and I just came out to support, you know, come and show love.
I mean, that's amazing, because, you know, a lot of people like to say that Toronto artists or Toronto affiliated artists, they get big and then they leave and then they don't come back and they don't show love or they don't try to help put everyone on. But you are an artist that consistently does put back.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you to help develop the community and, you know, just have your foot in the mud, per se, you know?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like when I first started, we didn't have many options, you know what I mean? Like we didn't have many outlets, not many options, and it's dope to see some of these younger artists and like some of the artists that performed yesterday even getting the opportunity to go to the US and get signed, you know what I mean, get record deals over there. Because like when I was crossing the border, and I'd be like, yo, I'm from Toronto, they'd be like, where? You know what I mean? Like, yo, you guys got who? From where? You know? So for me, it's like, it's dope as a big homie just to kind of watch these guys get to do their thing and whatnot. And on top of it, events like this is like you get to see the up and coming, you know what I mean? The new batch, the new breed of MCs that are going to be doing their thing, you know? So I come back just to let them know I still bust their ass if I got to, you know what I mean? But end of the day, I'm big homie. I try to show them love, you know?
You're like, you know, it's a little wolf pack around here.
If I got to crush someone,
you could get hungry, son, but I'm eating. But you know what I mean? Like, I want to know something, because I was following you the other day, and you're there taking pictures with some snakes and stuff like that. And they look dope, but like at one point you're like, okay, hell no, I'm dead. And they're like, no, go back. And like, you know, you were really business-like, and you're just like, I can see in your head, you're like, okay.
Yo, I was losing my mind. So that's for the shoot. That's for the Back from the Dead video.
Yeah.
I was losing my mind. Me and snakes don't mix. That was my first time ever touching a snake. So the director was like, yo, come pull up. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, I got these 2 snakes for the model. I was like, yeah, cool, no problem. I got there. He's like, yo, we got some extra ones for you. It's like, for me? He's like, yo, just don't worry. I was like, all right. Once I got on me and snakes don't mix. That's just...
It's like the only time you're not happy your homie brought you some extra of something. You can bring me some rice and peas and things.
Extra weed. You can bring me extra liquor. Just no extra snakes. Like,
no extra snakes for him. No. Okay, so before we go, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, I know you got a little mix and mingles to do out there. They waiting to see you. They want to touch the homie and be like, yo, he's real. You know, take a little pictures. But can you please just let everybody who doesn't know, like, where they can find you and where they can get all the new stuff?
100%. So JD_ERA on the Instagram. Just JD Era. Google me. Honestly, it'll pop up. EnjoyEra.com is my website. You can get merch, CDs, all that good stuff. And just Google me, man. I'm around. And if I'm not there, I'm on tour actually November. I should be on tour November, December time. So just look out for me, Canada, Europe. You know what I mean? We're moving around. So this album's out. Back from the Dead. It's official. You know what I'm saying? Up North Records.
All right, well, we ain't dying around here, but he is back from the dead. Mr. JD Era, and you already know Century Sound.
We love Century Sounds. This is Canada, so you know we love Century Sounds.
You know you originally rolled up with those ones, but hell. WWE TV, thank you so much for blessing us.
WWE TV, JD Era.
TDotFest 2019, bye-bye.
Worldwide TV, man. Big up yourself, man. Straight from the original Dan Dada. Yeah. And who don't like it? Cause suck your mother, bathe your girl and drink the blood clot dirty water. I am!
Learn the rich history of the city, see exclusive and rare footage, interviews, and concerts.